Back in 2008, when I had found myself slightly unsure about the rapture, I asked the Lord if he would somehow let me know if it was real. Then one night I had a dream that was so vivid, I actually thought it was really happening. In this dream, I found myself suspended high above the earth, and I was looking down at it. Anyway, my eyes zoomed in on myself from high above the earth. I saw myself standing on the earth with my head raised up to heaven. My eyes were closed tight, and it seemed as if I was waiting for something to happen. Now think of the scripture that says, "Lift up your head, for your redemption draweth nigh." All of a sudden, an intense light shot down to earth from heaven, and my whole body was engulfed in this light. Then I saw and felt what seemed like a powerful vortex or tornado shoot down from heaven, and it was heading straight towards me. It then surrounded me, and my body began to shake and vibrate with the intensity. I suddenly felt myself being caught up in this vortex, and it lifted me up off the earth, and within a millisecond of time my physical body was transformed into a body full of light, and I shot up through the sky at a speed that I simply cannot describe. The vibration in my glorified body was like being plugged into a high voltage electricity pylon, and I felt as if I would disintegrate with the intensity of it, but I didn't. As I awoke from this dream, I was aware that my body was still shaking and vibrating from what I had just experienced in the dream. I actually felt as if I was still in the dream, even though I was actually in my bed. It took about 15 to 20 minutes for the sensations in my body to subside. But then the Lord prompted me to remember that I had asked him if he would confirm to me whether the rapture would be a real event, that it is actually going to happen. Also, there are many Christians who believe that the rapture and the second coming of Christ will be one single event. But this cannot be the case. At the rapture, we rise up from the earth into the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and thus we shall always be with the Lord. But at the second coming of Christ, he will return to earth and set up his millennial kingdom, and he will rule and reign all the nations for 1,000 years. Therefore, this rapture event of followers of Christ occurs prior to Jesus' second coming. The rapture of followers of Christ is a biblical event where he removes us from the earth, delivering us from the wrath of God that is coming upon those on the earth who have rejected Christ and his gift of the salvation of their souls, which his sacrifice on the cross wrought for them. That time of God's wrath is known as the 7-year tribulation. All of this is written in the book of Revelation. Interestingly, in Luke chapter 21 verse 36, Jesus, talking to his followers about the things that will come to pass, actually uses the word escape. Here is the verse. "Watch therefore and pray always, that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that will come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man." So it's clear that at the rapture, followers of Christ will escape all that is coming upon the earth, and they will stand before him. This is why Paul exhorts us to comfort one another with these words.